There's been a lot of talk about the election lately, and that's just the way it is every time we go through the cycle. But there is one thing in collectible coins we have to fall back on that's concrete, known, and done. And that is the only presidential series ever put together by the U.S. Mint as legal tender coins. And tonight, we got them all. Now, you might remember the golden dollar, right? The U.S. Mint copied the Canadian loon dollar and made the Sacagawea in the year 2000. And that's been a very, very popular program. It's still being made today in 2024, 25 years later. But the presidential series is something that is now available and has been out there, and a lot of people just didn't know it was there. A legal tender golden dollar for all of our presidents. The only covenant here is it's the Dead President's Society. No living president can be on a U.S. coin, which is why we have 40 pieces here. If you remember, the original collection was through the year 2016, and then George Bush Sr. passed away, and they created the 40th coin, his coin, in 2020. And that's the way it will be continued going forward. So there was 4 coins released each year in the order of being president, which means Grover Cleveland's on here twice because he had a broken term. Only one here duplicated. But there were P's and D's made for circulation, and it just didn't phase well. People liked the idea of a dollar, but paper money was way too convenient. And again, 2007, the credit card was gaining momentum, and it still is today. So the collectible form makes the uncirculated collections today difficult. Most people had to buy the coins directly from the mint, and they did make them available in rolls. They did make them available in bags. They also had them in the uncirculated mint sets every year. But we've taken all of that work and put it together into one beautiful collection. It is one of each president, all 40, which is the entire complete collection. They are in uncirculated condition. They are encapsulated, as you can see, and then they're presented in this gorgeous album. And again, it's a book-like album, the top album in the industry right now, because it can do one thing. It can hold capsulated coins. We love our Danskos, we love our Whitman albums, and even the old Punch albums. But for beautiful uncirculated coins, we want them protected and locked, so to speak, right? So inside of this, a couple of important things to remember. When the program was introduced back in the year 2007, 4 presidents per year in the order of presidency. The first 2 years, we had the motto, "In God We Trust," around the outside edge of the coin, right? And you might remember all the fanfare and or less than fanfare, a lot of the news reports that there were 3 collars that were required to make the coin. The front and the back die, standard, but now they needed a side collar. So when the coins came down, it pushed out, and then the motto, "In God We Trust," and the year and "E Pluribus Unum" would show up on the side. So if you didn't know President Grant was in this year, you could see it on the edge of the coin. Well, the godless dollar, the smooth edge dollar, became the July, August, September craziness in 2007. Because we had the third collar that was not part of the striking mechanism, which means it looked like, well, it was smooth and or filed down. Well, that didn't go too well with Congress. It didn't go too well with the U.S. Mint. So in the year 2009, year 3 in this beautiful program, they took the motto, "In God We Trust," and added it to the front of the coin on the bottom. So when you look at the bottom of the coin and move it to yourself a little bit to the left, you'll notice the motto, "In God We Trust," is now on the front of the coin with the president. Solved. Now, there were 4 coins a year all the way through 2015. There were only 3 coins in 2016. President Reagan, you're seeing right there, was President 39 in the program, and then President 40, George Bush Sr., has been added. And as our current living past presidents do pass, their coins will be available by the U.S. Mint at that time. So this is that beautiful collection, the only collection of legal tender that our presidents are part of. At this particular point in history, you could think of, well, only a handful of coins where a president was put on a legal tender coin for circulation. We have Lincoln on the cent, right? Jefferson on the nickel. We have Roosevelt on the dime. We have Washington on the quarter. We have Kennedy on the half dollar. And then we had Eisenhower on the silver dollar in the 70s. So there are 6 presidents that had legal tender regular issue coins. But what about the other 34 guys? Well, that is where this comes in. Again, the government's made 1-ounce medallions, they've made 3-ounce medallions, beautiful coppers, but never a legal tender coin prior to this program. And it's something special. This is a mixture of P's and D's. This is a collection of just the presidents. My competition sells the same collection you're looking at, which is the 40 coins, uncirculated. They have theirs in an album, not this nice, but it is in an album. So we're kind of apples to apples. Coin-wise, we're apples to apples. And they're at $383. They also allow you to buy year by year, which gives you the opportunity to pay even more if you want. If you only needed certain pockets, or you had a certain group, or you had a favorite president where you just wanted their coin. We do it a little bit differently here. We have it for $99.95 for all 40 coins encapsulated and in this beautiful album all together. And if you need any of these presidents individually for the collection you started yourself already, well, we have them on our website. Just visit us at avccoins.com. You'll see across the top a number of headings. Just hit your dollars, then your presidentials, and they'll be there in order. P's, D's, S's, some of them certified. You name it, we have it. They're all there. If you're looking for this album, I believe that is also available under the packaging tab, and that's $29.95. But tonight, the craziness is this. All of it together in one single shot for under $100. That's the craziness. Guys, we need a 30-second clock, please. As always, you give us a lot of activity on those phone lines. We appreciate it. As I referenced a little earlier, avccoins.com is there to help as an order-taking service as well, a shopping cart. Put this in. Again, it will come assembled as you see it. Nothing but the best. My competition, again, almost 3 times the price for the same exact 40 coins in uncirculated condition. They're usually kind of close, but this time not even. Join us tonight at $99.95.